Sup, James? If you do 2 years of language school, do you need double the money of the 1 year visa limit? How do you renew? Do you need to show proof again when renewing? How good is the language school training? If you guys don't know anything about my story here in Japan, the original reason I came to Japan was for Japanese language school to study the language. And if anybody is going to live here long term, you plan to live here long term, and you have the money, the funds available to you, I highly recommend attending Japanese language school. It is the best start that you can get yourself off to if you're going to live here long term. Knowing Japanese, understanding the language here is so important. They don't have too many English services in Japan, and your life will be exponentially better if you speak the language here. But yes, I attended language school for 2 years. I graduated after 2 years. I'm pretty sure all language schools have a 2-year program, and you can't get a visa for longer than 2 years if it's a Japanese language school visa. But when you apply for the Japanese language school visa, the government requires you to have a certain amount of cash available to you, whether in your bank accounts or from like loans that you already have been approved for, have accepted, or in your sponsor's bank account. Maybe it be your parents or someone taking care of you, someone financially responsible for you, basically because Japan doesn't want you to be their problem and come out here and be broke and take advantage of the benefits or like the welfare system, basically become some type of nuisance and problem to Japan because you came out here and you didn't have any money, and you're going to cause problems for them in one way or another. They don't want you becoming part of the Toyoko Kaiwai in Kabukicho and being basically a homeless bum. They don't want any more of that. So if you do 2 years of language school, do you need double the money of the 1 year visa limit? So at my language school, I believe it's the same in all other language schools as well. Once your language school is your sponsor, they are in charge of it. They are in charge of renewing your visa for you. They will basically ask you, do you want to renew your visa? Do you want to stay for this extra year? And you're like, yes. And since you've proved once, you don't have to prove again. That's what I was worried about too, because I was like, dang, it's getting down to the wire here. I had enough money, but I was like, damn, I'm gonna have to pull out all my bank account shit, and it's gonna be close, and I'm gonna be penny pinching, and I'm gonna have to prove all this shit again, which is kind of a pain to do the first time. And then basically what my language school did was they just sent me a Google form, and they were like, fill out these questions, say like I blank blank blank, like sign your name and shit. I say that I have enough money to support myself, I'm gonna be okay, I'm responsible, blah 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 blah. You don't have to prove all of it again. You just fill out some type of Google form, sign some papers, and that's it when you do renew it for the second year. But obviously, yes, I would recommend that you have twice the amount of money, at least, even if it's not at the beginning of when you first start your first year, that even by the second year, maybe you made some money and then you have enough money to support yourself for another year. Because a lot of people underestimate how much money they're going to fly through being in Japan, because you're going out a lot, you're going to come here and you're going to want to travel, you're going to want to live your life a little bit, live a touristy life if you live here, and not just be penny pinching the entire time, which kind of I did for a lot of my time here in Japan, which is unfortunate, but I'm just happy to be here regardless. Sometimes I get upset because I'm like, damn, I feel like my entire time in Japan I've just been working all the time and in school, and I really, really have been doing that. But I have to remember that I still have it better than so many people, and I still do live like a badass life, so I shouldn't be complaining. He goes, how do you renew? Yeah, you renew through your language school. Your sponsor will ask you if you want to renew. You just say yes, and they're going to send you a form, and you basically just fill it out. You don't have to prove anything, as far as I know, and as long as things haven't changed since I was there. You just have to say yes, I can verify that all of this stuff is true. I'm not going to be a dumbass, and they renew it for you. As far as I know, nobody has ever been denied a renewal, as long as they're not doing anything dumb. As long as your grades are good, you're attending class, and you're not jerking off in the Purikura booth and, trying to take pictures up girls' skirts and shit in taxis or whatever. Stealing bike seats and sniffing them. Do you need to show proof again when renewing? No. How good is the language school training? This is going to depend on the school. This is going to depend on your efforts. I know everybody that I talk to everybody that I know who has attended language school has said everything that you could imagine. There are people like me who loved language school and felt that it was very, very helpful to them, and I learned so much in language school. I had a great time, but I applied myself. I worked hard. I studied outside of class. I studied the material in class. And I took the material that we had in class and I studied it at home, and I took advantage of my resources because I knew, dude, I only have 2 years to get a visa for this language school in Japan. Only 2 years. Like, I should take full advantage of this because I'm never going to get to do this again. Full-time language school, just studying Japanese. I should do my best to learn the language now and then have an easier life in the future. Even if it sucks studying every single day for these first 2 years, my life will be easier in the future. Deferral of gratification, yes, that is a high IQ trait. Anyways, I heard, multiple kids in my language school said, oh, like, I didn't learn anything here. This school sucked. The teachers suck. And then I'm just like, dude, like, you were on your phone every single day. Like, I could see you watching Brazzers across from me while we're studying Keigo. You're not paying attention at all. You're not applying yourself. You don't ever do the homework. I mean, there was a student in my class who, I have a friend now and we still keep in touch, but she was basically saying that she felt like she didn't learn anything, and she doesn't even care if she forgets all of her Japanese because she's thinking about moving home to her home country. And she's like, I mean, I just don't care. I didn't really learn that much in the language school. I didn't really have a good time, like, whatever. And I'm like, damn, like, that's crazy. Like, I mean, I don't like love being in school surrounded by like other like just random idiots and shit and people that I didn't like choose to be around. I mean, I chose to be around them because I chose to be part of the school, but like, I didn't choose these specific people. I'm an introvert. I just hate most people. I'm interesting, by the way. I'm like super different and nobody understands me, and I'm really unique, by the way, if you guys didn't realize. But yeah, there were a lot of kids in my school who said like, oh, like, this school sucks. I'm not learning anything. And hey, I mean, I really truly believe that that's just up to the student and how much you apply yourself. I had a great time at language school and I like learned so much, and I feel like it was so beneficial for my existence here in Japan. And obviously that's going to depend on the school as well. I mean, there are some schools that are a little bit higher paced. There are some schools that are really geared toward like getting you into a job, getting you into a university, passing the Japanese language proficiency test. And there are other schools that are kind of like more relaxed, and they're like, yeah, we're just more like teaching about Japanese culture, and we do like basic conversation stuff. And, a lot of times those are just like visa farms. They're just for people who want to have their gap year and come out and they just want to like see the world and just see what's so different like in Asia. And they want to come out here and they want to sip their matcha lattes, and they don't actually want to, become involved with like the Japanese culture, or like, they don't want to eat, ew, is that raw? Oh my gosh, I wanted sushi, but I didn't know there was raw fish in it. I wanted like a fried beef roll. Like, yeah, there's definitely a lot of people like that as well who just want to do like their gap year shit, and they're going to attend school like as little as possible just so they can barely hit the attendance record and not get deported. But, yeah. If you apply yourself in language school, I think it's great, and I had a lot of fun in language school. It depends on your school. I mean, you can look at the reviews online. You can look at the reviews on websites like Gaijinpot or Gogo Nihon. They have all types of foreigners talking about their experiences in these language schools. But I had an incredible time, and I think it was really worth it. So I would recommend definitely going to language school if you have the opportunity. Anyways, guys, if you have any other questions about like any Japan related stuff or just like anything in general, if you guys want to like know how wide my butthole can stretch or like know the girth of my flaccid wiener, send me an email, guys. My email is youngjamesYT@gmail.com. Hit me up on Instagram, follow me, YUNGJAMEZ. Send me a message. I can respond to some type of question that you have or make some type of video about something you're concerned about. So, all right, thanks, guys. Peace out. Take care. If you guys want to donate, please, guys, support the channel. Guys, I'm trying to go home for Christmas. If you guys want to donate, send me a donation. Link is in the description. Hit my Ko-fi. If you send $5, you get a link to the Discord. All right, peace out.